Okay, in example number 4a, okay, I'm going to show you two methods to solve this question. Okay, so the question says, without using a calculator, evaluate cosine 120 degrees. Okay, so the first method, I'm going to draw upon, okay, our earlier knowledge of trigonometry. So recall that cosine 120 degrees can be written as cosine 180 degrees minus 60 degrees. Okay, and in this case, okay, using the second equation on the top left hand corner of your screen, you can see that I can convert this to negative cosine 60 degrees, okay, by identifying my theta to be 60 degrees. So this is my theta. Okay, so theta is 60 degrees. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is to read off the table over here. Okay, so let me just remind everyone how to use this table. So cosine of 60 degrees will give me half. Okay, so let me just replace cosine of 60 degrees by half, and therefore my answer is just negative half. Okay, so this is method number 1. So let me just write it over here, method 1. Okay, so let us explore another method of solving this question. So let us explore method, okay, so maybe I should write it over here, method 2. Okay, so in method 2, what we're going to do is to make use of our ASTC diagram. So cosine of 120 degrees, so theta is, in this case, theta is 120 degrees, okay, and theta is measured anti-clockwise from this, from the x-axis. So this goes to 90, and 120 degrees should be somewhere over here. So this is my theta. Okay, so let me draw my right angle triangle over here. Okay, and then of course I'm going to identify my basic angle alpha. So this is basic angle alpha. Okay, let me just shade it in red. Okay, so this is basic angle alpha, and the next thing I'm going to do is to realize that I am now in the sine quadrant. Okay, so since I'm in the sine quadrant, only the sine of theta will be positive. Okay, and in this question, we're asked to find the cosine of theta. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be positive or negative? Okay, it should be negative, okay, because we are in the sine quadrant. Okay, so what we're going to do next is to identify our alpha. Okay, so how to identify alpha? Since theta is 120 degrees, then alpha should just be 180 degrees minus 120 degrees, which is just 60 degrees. So therefore alpha is 60 degrees. Okay, so from this diagram, I can see that cosine of 120 degrees, okay, is the same as negative cosine of alpha, okay, which is negative cosine 60 degrees. And similarly, okay, using our diagram over here, so let me just show you again how to read the table. So cosine of 60 degrees is just half. Okay, so what we're going to do, replace cosine 60 by half, and therefore we will also end up with the same answer, okay, using a different method. Okay, so I'll see you in example 4b. Okay, welcome to example 4b. In this question, we're asked to evaluate tangent 210 degrees without using a calculator. Okay, so let us first, okay, identify that theta is now 210 degrees. So theta is measured in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so this is 90, 180, and over up to here it will be 210 degrees. Okay, so this is 210 degrees. Okay, so this is my right angled triangle. And the next thing I'm going to do is to identify my basic angle alpha. Okay, so recall that alpha is always measured with respect to the horizontal axis. So the red angle you see here is alpha. Okay, so since theta is 210 degrees, then alpha, okay, should be 210 degrees minus 180 degrees, which will just give me 30 degrees. Okay, so alpha is 30 degrees. Okay, take note also that now we are in the tangent quadrant. So since we're in the tangent quadrant, the tangent of theta should be positive. Okay, so what are we going to do next? We are going to use this table over here. So the tangent, okay, of alpha will be the tangent of 30 degrees, since alpha is 30 degrees. So tangent of 30 degrees is just 1 over root 3. Okay, so tangent, okay, also recall that tangent is given as opposite over opposite over adjacent. So the opposite to alpha, okay, will be -1, and the adjacent should be negative root 3. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we will write this as tangent alpha, okay, which is the same as tangent 30 degrees okay, and tangent 30 degrees is just 1 over root 3. Okay, for those of you who are reading off the Cartesian plane over here, okay, let me just remind you that this is y and this is x. Okay, then you will read off tangent 30 degrees or tangent alpha to be opposite, which is -1 over negative root 3, and you will still arrive at the same answer. Okay, so let's move on to example 4c.